Adetona. The Kabiyesi has given us a lot in this university and is our greatest benefactor so far. Without wasting much of our time, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly recognize the presence of members of the university community here that are with us here. We have here with us our Pro-Chancellor. He has already been introduced, and that is talking about Professor Toyin Ashiru, OON. You are welcome into our midst, sir. And of course, we have our Vice Chancellor here with us, Professor Ayodeji Agbola is here with us. We have the DVC academic, Professor Olatundu Oderinde. Professor Charles Adekoya, the DVC administration is equally here. And of course, we have members of our council. They are here. Chief Joju Fadairo, Chief Adekwega Otemolu, Chief Mrs. Matilda Iyabode Apampa, and of course we have Professor Russell O.C. Chomoye, Professor Mohammed Oladoja, Mrs. Omolara Oshusoya. They are all here with us. We have others that are here. Let me quickly recognize the presence of the Vice Chancellor of the Premier University of Education in Nigeria, and that is talking about Professor S. Banjo is here with us. You are welcome, sir. And I want to recognize the presence of the former Vice Chancellor of TASUE too, and former Commissioner for Education and Technology, Professor Shegun Awodosi. We equally have with us here the former Pro-Chancellor of this university, Dr. Shegun Oshi. He's an Otuba of Awujale. He's here with us. We equally have here the University Registrar, Professor the University Librarian, Professor Feyitola Nike Odifade. Our registrar is here with us, the citizen administrator, and that is talking about Mr. Femi Oguwoboju. We have another member of council here with us, His Royal Highness Oba Dr. Ademola Makinde the Onikemowa. What did he say? He's here with us. You are welcome, sir. And of course, I want to recognize my own Kabiyesi. He is here, and that is talking about His Royal Highness Oba Munuruddin Adeposi Bashoru, the Oro of Imori Ijebu. You are welcome, Kabiyesi. And of course, His Royal Highness Oba Adebayo Okubena, the Eleruwan of Iruwan. You are recognized. As the program progresses, we will continue to recognize dignitaries that are here. I would like to pass the mic to Fumi Badingo. Thank you very much. Now, let me recognize the presence of Emeritus Professor Anthony Ashiwaju. He's the Ashiwaju of Iwala. You are welcome, sir. I'm told that Chief Doja Adewolu is here with us. You are welcome.
Baba of the Ogun State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Suraju Adetona, thank you for being here. We also like to recognize Ambassador Dr. Olatokunbo Awolowo Dosunmu, daughter of the late Saint Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Thank you, ma, for being here, and thank you for keeping the flag flying. Thank you for keeping the Awolowo family, his name, in very high regards. We welcome
Adetona, Okokodanon, Meji, the Ibumawe of Agowe, Kabesio. And of course, I could see the presence of retired but not tired General Abiodun Quadri is here with us. And of course, my brother, CP Olayinka retired is equally here with us. You are recognized. CP Olayinka. We are all aware that we have three tiers of government in this country: the federal, the state, and the local. In education, especially the tertiary education, there is only one government, and you don't joke with them. If you joke with them, you are joking with governance and stability. It is on this premise that I want to recognize the greatest books and the greatest backers. And that is talking about the Student Union Government of Olabisi Onabanjo University. They are here to give their support. Thank you very much. The Student Union Government is being led by Comrade Oluwaseun Adeyemi. Thank you very much.
We welcome KBC, the Olu of Ilaro and Paramount ruler of Yoruba land. I think that's him. No, that's not him. The celebrant, the birthday boy, will join us in the hall. I also want to be a boy at 90, just like KBC, and I'm sure everybody wants to be 90. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant all of us long lives in good health. KBC is here already, and KBC will join us very, very shortly. He's here, very much unlike him. KBC keeps to time, and we will soon start this program as he comes in. We once again like to thank Malam Nasiru El-Rufai, former governor of Kaduna State. Thank you all the way from Kaduna. Thank you for being there. Thank you very much. Okay.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we welcome the Asiwaju of Itobola, Asiwaju Adebola Adebuwa. Recently, when he celebrated his 80th birthday, he rehabilitated a befitting edifice that he had once donated donated to this university. It was a multi-billion complex. We want to thank him for this great gift. He is one of our benefactors. So we recognize your presence, sir. You're welcome.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to Wagba, the second hall of the School of Governance. Many of these events, any moment from now, we shall be starting. The recognitions have been done. We will still do more. As soon as the representative of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the governor, and the celebrant, as soon as they make their way to this place, we shall commence in earnest. Once again, I'd like to welcome you all to this momentous occasion. We are waiting for the right signal. Please, can we be seated, please? Can we be seated? Let's maintain some orderliness.
Please, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we're about starting this ceremony now. May I please ask you to all find some seats and sit down, please. The Vice Chancellor, the Pro Chancellor, we're starting the procession now.
The Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is about making his entry. The Governor of the State and the celebrants, please come up, stand in place, and give them their respect. In particular, we welcome the celebrant that just made his entry into the hall. Kábíyèsí Aláyélúwà Ọ̀gbágbá the second. The procession is also making its entry. like to especially welcome the first citizen of the state, His Excellency Prince Dr. Abiodun Cohen, who is also the visitor to this university. Any moment from now, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Vice President, will be making his entry. Please, can we maintain some decorum? Cameraman, please. Can we be upstanding, please, announcing the presence of the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, Grand Commander Order of the Niger, is with us. This is second visit to Ijebuland within the last 2 weeks. Your Excellency, you're welcome to our midst. Can we have the national anthem, please? The national anthem. National prayer. oríkì ọ̀gbàgbà.
Kábíyèsí ọmọ aníkìláyà sa oògùn ọmọ alóògùn sá kárakára lájà ọmọ àìtètè gbọ́ ológbò ní jìyà ó pẹ́ títí àtẹ́kù pàjẹ́ ọmọ àbẹ̀bẹ̀ joyè ọmọ tá a bẹ̀ kó tó joyè bàbá ẹ̀ ọmọ alára gbàdàmú gbàdàmú ọmọ anú tó yìnbó nílé òyìnbó lóòṣà ọmọ ògbọ́kọ́ gba ìlà ẹ bá mi sọ pé kábíyèsí. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, UCON, representing the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, the Governor of Ogun State, the host, Prince Dakobi CON, the Governor of Osun State, His Excellency Jackson Adeleke, the Chief of Staff of the President, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, Your Excellencies, former governors, Your Excellencies, former deputy governors, and of course, pardon my omission, the serving deputy governor of the state, my apologies. KBC are present, senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, members of the House of Representatives, diplomats, distinguished gentlemen of the press, I'd like to welcome you on behalf of the organizing committee for the 64th coronation anniversary of Oba Sikiru Kayode Adetona and the 90th birthday anniversary of our amiable KBC. Today, we are gathered here to witness the indescribable and momentous events. There are 4 in 1. First is the formal commissioning of the School of Governance, Olabisi Onabanjo University, bequeathed to them by the irrepressible and indefatigable monarch of all times, Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetona. Secondly, we're going to witness the 2024 inaugural lecture of the occupant of the professorial chair in good governance, another legacy bequeathed to the nation by our amiable KBC. Third, we're going to witness some clips of the documentary on KBC, and of course, we're going to witness the presentation of a book titled Reinventing Governance in Nigeria, the Oba Adetona Model. I have with me my colleagues who will be assisting me, Tunde Emilola Gazal, Ni Oduwole, and Mrs. Afolake Badejo. My apologies, please. I understand the former president, 2-time president of the country, former head of state, a war commander, Federal Commissioner for Works, Chief of Staff, Supreme Headquarters, Head of State of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Civilian President, General Dr. Okikeolu Aremu Obasanjo. Can we give a round of applause, please? is a very good friend of KBC, that no matter what, if you think they are quarreling, and then you'll be boxed in between them. General Basmajo, you welcome, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we would heartedly welcome you to this event, and I hope you find it worth the while. And again, perhaps we can replicate what Adetona is doing to the nation, and by extension to the world, we can replicate it all over. Once again, I welcome you all. My name is Fasi Adetona Yusuf. Good morning.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, may I now invite the Vice Chancellor of the Olabisi Onabanjo University, Agoiwe, Professor Ayodeji Johnson Agbola, to give his welcome address. The Vice Chancellor, Olabisi Onabanjo University. Please let's put our hands together for the Vice Chancellor. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, Your Excellencies, KBCs, this permit me to adopt the existing protocol already established, but I need to recognize the Vice President of this great nation, representing our dear President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCOI. By extension, I also need to recognize the visitor to my own university, Amiable Governor of the state, Prince Dr. Abiodun COI, and by extension, the Governor of Osun State, Chief of Staff to the Presidency, all my former visitors to this university here present, KBC, the former President of the nation, who is also our father in this university, General Obasanjo. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride and honor that I warmly welcome all to this Premier University of Ogun State, the Olabisi Onabanjo University, formerly known as Ogun State University. This university was actually established in July 1982 with the vision of becoming a leading global center of academic excellence, where knowledge, skills, and values will be pursued vigorously to ensure the flowering of human abilities, service to the Nigerian nation in particular, and the world at large. I'm glad to say that with the support of the government and the good people of Ogun State, the university has carved a niche for itself as an institution for learning, research, and innovations. Our graduates are occupying key and strategic positions in various segments of our society and are excelling in their various fields of endeavor. In fact, I'm happy to announce to this gathering that the head of service of Ogun State is an alumnus of this great university. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our gathering here today is historic. First, we are very privileged to have the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCOM, the Vice of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, on our campus. Your Excellence, we are grateful for your presence. I also want to appreciate the presence of our amiable and ever supporting the Governor of Ogun State and visitor to the university, Prince Dr. Abiodun. distinguished parliamentarians, ministers, commissioners, traditional rulers, captains of industries, religious leaders, and all eminent personalities who are with us as we celebrate a great benefactor and philanthropist, Alayelua, Ọba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetona, CFR Obaba II, the Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebu-Land, who is 90 years today. Daddy, Efefua. KBSC has done a lot for this university, and I've just permit me to mention a few of them. He endowed a professorial share in governance and established the School of Governance Studies for teaching and research capable of enhancing effective governance and provide state-of-the-art facilities that will enable them function optimally. The offices, lecture and seminar rooms, the ICT center, and the library, among others, are superb and comparable to what is obtainable anywhere in the world. In addition to this, he donated separate residential apartments for the occupiers of the share in governance, as well as the Director General of the School of Governance Studies. He also donated chalets for visiting researchers and scholars and facilitated construction of the road to our staff quarters. KBSC, will forever be grateful for equally donated the Vice Chancellor's Lodge, giving me the real privilege of being the first Vice Chancellor to stay on campus. On behalf of the university community, I want to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to your revered benefactor and philanthropist, Alayelua Ọba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetona. The journey of the School of Governance Studies actually started in 2014 when Daddy was planning for his 80th birthday. The university approached him with a proposal for the endowment of a professorial share in governance to commemorate the event. And KBSC accepted with enthusiasm and declared that he would dedicate and commit the rest of his life to the promotion of good governance in the Nigerian society, and will put in place mechanisms that will make the endowment be in perpetuity. True to time, KBSC did what he promised. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the professorial share in governance was formally endowed on 10th of March 2016 and currently worth more than £1 billion. The professorial share in governance gave birth to the School of Governance Studies in 2020. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to assure you that the university will pursue the vision and mission of the School of Governance Studies vigorously so that it will be a center of excellence dedicated to the entrenchment of good governance and effective leadership in Nigeria and other nations in sub-Saharan Africa. Once again, I want to thank you all for joining us on this auspicious occasion to celebrate my dad, Alayelua Ọba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetona at 90. Thank you all for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in case you are wondering where that sound is coming from, there's another government at the gallery there. It is the government of the Students' Union, and it is led by their president, who is there, the Senate president, who is also there, the chief of staff is there, and they have the speaker of the house there. So another government is upstairs, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Please indulge us. When you are in the university, you will always witness such spontaneous reactions. Thank you very much. Indeed, you are most welcome again. Right now, I'm going to invite the Pro-Chancellor of the Olabisi Onabanjo University, the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, Professor Toyi Ashiru OON, is going to address this gathering. The Pro-Chancellor, sir.
Distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to stand on a certain protocol because of time. But I must say that it is a particularly happy day for me, one of the happiest of my life, as Omo Awujale and as an Otumba of Ijebu land. It's a great pleasure to me to stand here today to give these remarks. I extend a warm welcome to His Excellency, Senator Kashim Shettima, President of UCON, the Vice President of the Federal Government of Nigeria, representing His Excellency, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the President of the Federal Government of Nigeria. I welcome you and your authorities to this occasion, sir. The Executive Governor of Ogun State, the visitor for the university, Prince Adetona CON, you're welcome, sir. By extension, I also welcome all excellencies here, and I say thank you very much for being here today. I must give special recognition to my father, the Awujale, our real father, of Dr. Adetona CFR, Baba II, the Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebu land, for his vision and generosity in founding and funding the professional share and the School of Governance Studies of Olabisi Onabanjo University. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, this occasion marks the commissioning of the School of Governance, a testament to the philanthropy of His Royal Majesty, who understands the importance of education and good governance in national development. The School of Governance aims to be a center of excellence, fostering dialogue among scholars, policymakers, and practitioners on matters of governance, leadership, and public service. It will serve as a hub for research, knowledge sharing, and capacity building to equip individuals with the skills needed for effective governance in a dynamic world. We express our profound gratitude to His Royal Majesty for his generosity and commitment which has made this school possible, and extend appreciation to all who have contributed to its realization. To the board and faculty of the school, your collective efforts are crucial to its success. Let us work together to ensure that this school becomes a beacon of excellence and inspiration for all aspiring service to serve our nation greatly. Today, we also celebrate His Royal Majesty's numerous contributions to the university, which include significant endowments and infrastructure projects to the values of billions of naira, making him the largest individual benefactor to date to this university. On this auspicious occasion of His Royal Majesty's 90th birthday, We pray that God will grant him good health, long life, and divine protection. His legacy of compassion and service to humanity will endure for generations to come. On behalf of myself and the entire university community, I wish our beloved Kabiyesi, our father, a joyous happy birthday. We wish him many happy returns. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's a day of multiple celebration for our esteemed royal father. We're also marking Kabiyesi's 64th year on the throne of his forefathers. This makes his reign currently one of the longest in the world. We pray for many more years of his peaceful, glorious reign. May Kabiyesi's strength, honor, and prosperity continue to grow with each passing day. The open ceremony of this great edifice that I've generated for good governance will be of benefit to generations to come. In conclusion, let us remember that our collective efforts and support are vital for the success of this school and our nation. Together, let us strive to build a stronger, more prosperous and equitable society. May God grant everyone present here journey messages back to their destinations. May you, and I thank you, and may God bless you all. God bless. Thank you. Let it be on record that Oba Dr. Sikiruka Adetona was crowned the 58th Awujale of Ijebu land on 2nd April 1960. On 5th April 1960, he took his seat among other Obas in the whole Western region, and he was to be elected the chairman of the Western region House of Chiefs. Notwithstanding that he eventually went to the late Oba Adesoji Aderemi, the Ọ̀nà of Ife, Oba Adetona was appointed a minister at 25 in the defunct Western region. During the Western region crisis, Oba Adetona was equally found worthy, fit, and proper to be appointed a member of the interim administration of late Dr. Moses Majakodumi. I will give you more. Thank you. Please, a round of applause. Look at me at number 25 now in Nigeria. Look at me, a commissioner at 25 in Nigeria now. Not possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in the year 2014, His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. S.K. Adetona instituted a professorial chair in governance to actively research into governance in Nigeria and in Africa and the world as a whole. This chair in 2014 was worth about 500 million naira at that time, and you can imagine the extent of the money now. Please, can we put our hands together for His Royal Majesty? Since the inception, thank you, since the inception of this professorial chair in governance, an annual lecture is always given to mark each year. We have had series of lecturers, and we've had two occupants of this chair. Today, the occupants of the professorial chair in governance, Professor Akishola Alaba Agagu, will be delivering this year's professorial lecture, and he's not going to take your time, I assure you. He's just going to spend about 20 minutes. But part of what Kabiyesi cherishes most is that it is not just a funfair all the time. Active research must be done into developing this country, Nigeria, Africa, and the world as a whole. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as I invite Professor Agagu to deliver this year's professorial chair in governance lecture. this year's annual professorial lecture will be titled Changing Nigeria's Governance Narrative. We must not give up on Nigeria. That was the statement credited to Dr. Adetona. My views on directions for future development in answer to the question whether Nigeria is a resounding back to the drawing board. Olajumoke Adamoleku. Introduction. The new wave of governance which has pervaded the globe in the last 3 decades has become a benchmark for nations, and the underlying motive is to positively affect public housekeeping. It is driven by commitment to a combination of rule of law, accountability, transparency, participation, effectiveness, efficiency, collaboration, as well as the dispersion of power and authority. It involves the creating upward and downward dispersal of power away from the traditional government institution to transnational bodies and subnational bodies through decentralization. It is the phenomenon of collaboration between government and non-state bodies. It has in no small measure reformed the management of public affairs. Nigeria, like any other nation, has subscribed to this. However, this has not taken root in the country nor permeated our body politic. This may be because many of us have only paid lip service to it. The result is governance deficit. Thus, the issue of governance challenge has taken the central stage in Nigeria's public balance to the extent that scholarly works, news media, social media, and public discussion are replete with issues of governance crisis. The preponderance of discourse about the country's situation have been negative and portrays pessimism. In general, our public housekeeping has been saturated with governance deficits which engenders hopelessness. Put in another perspective, the travail of governance in Nigeria is not only appalling and discouraging, but harrowing, deafening, and also defeating. The logical conclusion is that the pervasiveness of governance challenge in the country created a problem of development. Perplexed by the various challenges Nigeria is passing through, Adamoleku and Jinadu in their book asked a profound question: whether Nigeria. The answers to this prompted them to write in the book of 133 edited book. Their main concern was to provoke our thoughts so as to provide new direction for future development. Providing a new direction is really worthwhile and desirable so that we can all commit all our energies and resources to change the current narrative. Moreover, there are instances of a positive development in the country's history that we can leverage on for this new direction. The rest of the paper deals with the current trend of governance debate, the new direction, causes of governance failure, and the possibility of bringing new hope to the nation through the Renew Hope agenda. Current trends in Nigeria's governance debate. The poor state of governance in Nigeria has been extensively discussed for decades, to the extent that the debate is awash with plethora of issues that are repulsive to our hearing. Prime among these are democratic crisis, corruption, mismanagement, ineptitude,
parasitism of the ruling class, and even privatization of the public sphere by them. Mabukunje identified a litany of the challenges confronting governance in Nigeria. These include inappropriateness of the constitution, gross mismanagement at the 3 tiers of government, the Dutch disease syndrome, the paradox of plenty, among others. Perturbed by the nature of democracy and governance in the country's fourth republic, Ayoade, Akinsonya, and Ojo asked a rhetorical question. Nigeria descend into anarchy and collapse? This, they have summoned 15 other scholars to join them in announcement. They were worried that the dividend of independence has become elusive and at best a mirage. They observed that it has reached a level where the country's faith is giving Nigerian and international community anxious moment as a result of the dismay underperformance of government and the recurring question asked by Nigerians about the validity of this creation. Several decades after independence, the displeasure among Nigerians is still very high. The joy of independence and self-rule was truncated by the military in their self-righteousness and arrogance, only to lead us into a tragic war that has remained a nightmare that does not do. Moreover, corruption that was one of the core reasons for their takeover reached its apogee under their watch. And in several quarters, the military is said to have socialized the future politician into culture of impunity and corruption. Indeed, the culture of corruption has been so entrenched in the country's government to the extent that corruption has for a long time been recognized as a major problem. Corruption takes various forms, including bribery, over-invoicing, ghost workers, international and domestic scamming, opaque deeds, etc. Ironically, and quite terrifying is that corruption has been fighting back and appears to have been prevailing. Generally, democracies as well as governance are faced some trauma in the hands of the military and the civilians alike. John Campbell, a former political advisor and American ambassador to Nigeria, observed that governance, let alone democracy, faces a grievous structural challenges in Nigeria. The country is run by competing and cooperating elites supported by their patron-client networks, ethnic interests, big businesses, and the military. According to Ayoade, Akinsonya, and Ojo, Nigerians have refused to redesign the troublesome architecture to suit the mission of Nigeria for a sovereign state. Government challenges have been aggravated by the high level of insecurity in the country. Nigeria is almost going back to the Hobbesian state of nature, where life is nasty, brutish, and short. This has led some to describe the country as a failed or a failing state. The insecurity in the country is of different categories. Isuamana and others identified regular robbery incidents at certain spots on Nigerian roads, as well as both ethnically and religiously motivated massacres. This is, however, a child's play when compared with the dimension of insecurity in recent times. Terrorists, bandits, and kidnappers have continually unleashed their dastard acts on a daily basis. The country's weakening economy and its attendant worsening poverty have continued to impede on governance in the country. Generally, Nigeria suffers from so many indices of governance failure. Apparently, most of these public discourse have been born out of frustration. A new direction a new narrative. This letter aims at moving the discussion of governance in Nigeria away from the prevailing pessimistic and hopeless perspective. Instead, it is basically to arm state managers and collaborative actors with the capacity that we produce quality public policy with remarkable outcomes. The optimism standard above is sweet to the ear and comforting to the heart. This, without sounding too optimistic, is attainable. However, a few conditions are necessary to be met in order to achieve this. One is the availability of not only capable but patriotic political and bureaucratic officials, as well as viable and resilient institutions with appropriate enabling environment. The elite institutional policy environment nexus. Governance is driven by elites, institutions, and policies, but equally affected by the environment, both domestic and international. In the real sense, the elites determine the happenings in the institution and the direction of policy in the state. From change agenda to renew hope agenda. It is customary for Nigerian leaders to come up with a development agenda. The late President Umar Yar'Adua came up with a 7-point agenda, while former President Goodluck Jonathan came up with a transformation agenda. The Buhari administration came with the change matter during the 2015 presidential election campaign. Prior to that time, Nigerians had been frustrated by the weight of corruption and a crushing weight of insecurity and were indeed craving for positive change. Unfortunately, the change matter was amorphous and polemical without a concrete substance to engender sustainable policy development. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has come up with the Renew Hope agenda as a way to ensure a viable path of development. In his forward, he knows that the horizon, prosperity and safety await Nigerians. The document identifies 16 critical and crucial areas. From the Renew Hope agenda to public policy. The Renew Hope agenda has passed through the first stage and has secured electoral victory for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There has also been piecemeal implementation. It, however, has 2 or more tests to pass. First is translating it into proper policy document. 2 is implementing the policy successfully and non-haphazardly. This is turning the policy into the services that can and will actually renew the hope for the people in terms of security, work creation, availability of a good education, electricity, and the rest. We need to ask some pertinent questions here. These are: what is the situation analysis, the key sectors identified? What does SWOT analysis tell us about each sector? What are the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats? In this paper, we have identified one major weakness. That is the problem of a weak institution, which politicians and civil servants manipulate. The other, we have also identified a number of threats, one of which is the issue of insecurity. And a major one is the mind of Nigeria. From there, we have moved forward to say, if the Renew Hope agenda is to succeed, then we need what I have described as the Renew Mindset agenda. Achieving the Renew Mindset agenda through philosophy of public service. One of the greatest threats to public policy and development in the country today is the perverted mindset of a number of Nigerians, including public servants, political or bureaucratic leaders, and even the citizens themselves. It is therefore important for a renewed mindset agenda for us to enjoy, for us to be able to fulfill the renewed hope agenda. Changing governance narrative in Nigeria. Lesson from about Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetona. Nigeria needs public spirited individuals at all phases of life if we are to change governance narrative in the country. Patriotism, concern for the people, vision, honesty, transparency, accountability, impeccable character, and integrity are parts of the attributes that are urgently needed for us to attain good governance. About Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetona, CFR, exemplifies these attributes. As the Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebuland, he has exhibited all these qualities and exceptional leadership skills with which he leads his people by example. As a result of his vision, passion, initiative, commitment, and tenacity, he has enthroned good governance in his domain with tremendous impact on the nation. Our Dr. Sikiru Kayode transformed the traditional institution in Ijebuland to make it functional, productive, and relevant to the citizens in modern time. Indeed, Adetona called it a bridge that links pre-independence Ijebuland with the present one. Moreover, he reinvented traditional governance in line with the modern realities without necessarily obliterating customs and tradition. Yusuf and Olu Bumeyi submitted that through his numerous achievements, he has helped to elevate Ijebu traditional institution for far beyond the level he met it, as he has repositioned existing traditional institution to a gender unprecedented development. Similarly, his deference for rule of law is admirable. In fact, given his disposition to improvement of the rule of law, Pastor Yusuf described him as an apostle of rule of law. Oba Dr. Sikiru Adetona also instituted the Ijebu Development Initiative on poverty reduction, which has provided jobs for several thousands of people. Conclusion. The current governance narrative in Nigeria has remained unpleasant, particularly with respect to high level of corruption, mismanagement, underperformance of the economy, poverty, ethnic disharmony, turbulent and crisis-breeding democracy, and high level of insecurity. These challenges are not insurmountable if we get it right on how to face them. The argument canvassed in this lecture is that despite the parlous state of a governance narrative in Nigeria, there is hope. My position is that good governance can be achieved when we have appropriate knowledge of what to be done and we have the right mindset to carry it out. The Renewed Hope Agenda offers some strengths and opportunities that can be harnessed if it can be translated into good policies that are well implemented. This is with the understanding that the weakness and threats are mitigated and the strength harnessed and consolidated. Changing Nigeria's governance narrative is a collective duty. It begins with renewing our mindset before we can collectively work towards the renewed hope agenda, which we all deserve. Needless to say, government should be the driver of both the renewed mindset agenda and the renewed hope agenda. I therefore strongly suggest that the renewed hope agenda should incorporate the renewed mindset agenda. The renewed mindset agenda is what will make Nigeria emphasize production and diversification of the economy, while citizens embrace and patronize homemade goods. It is what we make the leaders and the citizens realize that while designing $1 trillion economy, we must work earnestly for it, for the dream to come true. It is what will make the citizens realize that while they are expecting dividends of democracy, they have obligation and duty to the country. It is what will make a president, a governor, a senator, and all the rest realize that they need to make the
leave the position they are better than they met it. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Agago. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there's always this gap between the town and the gown. And to explain in 1 minute what Professor Agago has said in the last 30 minutes or so, I've asked the band there to explain what he said just in 1 minute. Listen to it. Nigeria has survived, Nigeria will continue to survive, and Nigeria will prosper. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite the chair of the the chairman of the board of the governing council, I beg your pardon, the chair of the governing council of the Adetona School of Governance, Professor Adetona Anyekuna, the chairperson governing board of Dr. S.K. Adetona School of Governance, will address this gathering. Professor Adetona Anyekuna.
Your Excellency, Senator Kassim Shettima, GCON Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Executive Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dako Abiodun, the former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, Royal Fathers, my spiritual and temporal distinguished elders, other dignitaries, the entire university community, gentlemen of the press, and ladies and gentlemen, what a tremendous honor to gather here today to celebrate the remarkable life of my father, our father, Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetona. 90 years ago, you graced this world with your presence, born into the illustrious Adekinaya ruling family. For the past 64 years, you have shouldered the weight of leadership as the Awujale. At a mere 25 years old, you assumed the mantle of responsibility you did not seek. Yet, you embraced it with grace, grit, and unwavering commitment to serve with integrity in a manner no less than Queen Elizabeth II, who assumed the English throne at the same tender age of 25, and bequeathed a legacy of fortitude and sensibility. From you, I learned invaluable lessons in honesty, hard work, and standing firm in the face of adversity. Even in your advanced age, you continue to selflessly dedicate yourself to the service of the Ijebus and of all Nigeria. Through your effort, you have elevated the status of Ijebu people, promoting a rich culture and heritage. You have instilled in me a deep sense of pride to be called your daughter. Now, as we stand on the brink of commissioning your greatest gift to Nigeria and mankind, your legacy, rooted in the belief that the future of our beloved nation hinges on good governance, you have poured your resources into establishing this institution. Here we offer higher degrees, doctoral programs focusing on good governance, blending tradition with modernity. We provide workshops and seminars to empower current and future leaders with the knowledge and skills needed to navigate the complexity of governance. Efforts are underway to have linkage and affiliation with the National Institute of Strategic Studies, KURU, and other leading world-class institutions across the globe. This will strengthen us further in accomplishing our goals. Father, you did not lose sight of the goodness of God in your life. You constantly echo how God has been so good and merciful to you, and break down in songs of praise to God our Creator. We will continue together to adore Him, but our journeys have only just begun. We cannot forge ahead without your unwavering support. Together, let us ensure this legacy becomes a beacon of hope for generations to come, propelling our nation towards prosperity and greatness. My father often speaks of the love, generosity, and support he has received from all his children, not just his biological offspring. On behalf of him, I extend my heartfelt gratitude and blessings to every one of you who has made these 90 years truly memorable. Organizing this celebration has been a monumental task, and I must express my profound appreciation to the organizing committee led by the tireless Otumba Dr. Kule Hazard. I humbly call on our amiable president, governors and captains of industries to send their personnel for both short-term training and postgraduate courses as a way of boosting the vision of my father in establishing this school. Now, if you like to kindly rise, let us join in song to wish our father a joyous happy birthday. Thank you, and may God's blessings abound upon you all. Please, let's sing a happy birthday to Madam. Happy birthday to you.
Adetona. And now, I'd like to invite the chairman of the Central Working Committee to present to you all the book reinventing governance in Nigeria, the Adetona model. May I invite Dr. Otumba Adekunle Azan to please come forward. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Nigeria, Senator Shettima, ably represented the President, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Governor of the State, Ayomebu's Prince Dapo Abiodun, and also the governor, other governor here were present, especially the governor from Osun State, the president, former president, President Olusegun Obasanjo, past the present deputy governor, past deputy governors and governors here were present, and also the KBACs, especially the paramount rulers and other KBAC that are here. Let me adopt the present protocol and to thank you for being here today. On behalf of the Central Working Committee, I would like to gladly welcome you all and also to appreciate all you've done to make this event a successful one. My task within the next 10 minutes is very simple, is to present and make a presentation of this book. It's a book that worth launching, but along the normal character of Papa Reverend Ruler, Papa of SK Adetona that we are celebrating today, he wanted to be given out free of charge. So I'm just going to do the presentation. Let me start by this statement that summarizes the personality and character of KBC that we are celebrating today. It is a statement made by one of my favorite mentors, Professor H. Orisajolomi Thomas. He described one man in our time. A man is the product of his time and people. He has obligation to serve them by exercising his talent and utilizing his training to the full. Today, conditions in the country are such that one man may have to undertake more than one task, as long as he's able to conscientiously to give his best to all he can reasonably handle. It is not only desirable, but imperative that he fills this multiple role. KBC of SK Adetona fits well into this description. Not is only an Awujale, the primary of the Jobu land, but also multitask in different spheres of life, in economics, in research, into governance, and also practice what he preaches. Reinventing governance in Nigeria, that's some statement. There's been good governance in this country before. In the 60s and 70s, things were flourishing. In our profession, the health sector, then the president, the king of Saudi Arabia, used to come to University of Ibadan for treatment. But things have degenerated, not because we do not have the people, but because of the system. The question is, where did we get it wrong? In those days, in the early days of the regions, looking at the political economy of governance, derivation principles were used, whereby 50% of the resources of any nation is retained within that region. 30% of resources, revenue, were distributed among the 3-4 regions, and only 20% goes to the federal government. But this was replaced by the Petroleum Act of 1969, which changed the realities of the leadership gap, whereby all funds go centrally, and therefore things started to slide down. It's only the management of resources, which is key in good governance, that change hands and make things more difficult for our rulers today to directly apply the resources within the area which they govern. So reinventing the governance Nigeria, what about SK Adetona did, his own model, being part of the government before, is to create that environment in his domain that make resources available to his people, and also to attract people from outside to invest in Ijebu land. So he was able to achieve that due to 4 fundamental principles. He's a man that gives credit to meritocracy. He makes sure that whatever he's doing, whoever is representing him, puts a round peg in a round hole, and also the square peg in a square hole. And this is reflected during his reign, how he has transformed the traditional council, the Ijebu traditional council, to be attractive. And today within that council, we have people who are highly educated, highly resourceful, have a mindset of thinking outside the box in order to make a difference in their area of domain. Kabiyesi reflects pragmatism in all his thinking, is honest, and he paid key attention to benefit realization management by making sure of even wealth distribution, creating one of the best in the country, a poverty alleviation program of providing resources for a subject so they can thrive economically. So, what is more or less in this book is putting his experience into play by reorganizing the wider picture and opportunity of scale of demand within his terrain, adapting a new business model, which is reflected here as his own model, and prioritizing collaboration and partnership. Adetona embraces competition. He's a man that's thinking along, there's no need to invent the wheel, but to invest in culture of training, mentoring, and living by example. Therefore, if we look at great economic countries and great nations, posterity and abundance of nations and communities are not created by men and not spirits. Are created by men and not spirits. No matter how much you pray, no matter how much you fast, a country cannot grow without some of it deciding to do the hard work and make nation works. That's Professor Yemi Osinbajo. We have to work hard. We have to think outside the box, even without the box, to see how we can use resources within our domain, irrespective of wherever we are, to create wealth and to share that wealth evenly and to use the wealth created in providing appropriate privilege and the opportunity, whoever may desire to walk, to follow that path. Kabesi Aujale did all this, and a lot of the examples are in this book. When you read it, you can imbibe it. So it's not, when you say reinventing, it's trying to skew our mindset, our thinking towards what this nation has passed through, and to remobilize and refocus all our attention, both within the government, outside the government, even in private sector, to do it. We have all it takes. We have the knowledge. We have everything. However, it takes a very determined mind, a focused mind, to be able to achieve this. So our Adetona quest to set the pace knows no bound. As the Awujana Pramula Ijabula, he has transformed his domain to the administration of his subjects and envy of others. Yet, he's still not satisfied. He's not one of those people who complain about the problems of this country without providing solution. And one of such solutions is this research and governance school that's one of the best in Sub-Saharan, which endowed a professoriate chair with 1 billion naira. Not stopping that, he pursued the establishment of Asiku Adetona Institute for Governance, running to several billions of naira, with magnificent buildings and state-of-the-art facility for optimal learning. The mandate of the school is to promote good governance and training, research, and advocacy. The book, Reinventing Governance in Nigeria, is one of the mandates of the professoriate chair to continuously to stimulate and exercise research on good governance with the view of providing solutions to the governance issue at the local and global level. SK Adetona stand for good governance, but what Nigeria needs at this moment, the contents are robust and deep and inspiring, but we need to read it and digest it. We believe that the book will go a long way in providing solutions to the intractable governance challenges and issues that have held the country down for so many years. We are persuaded that this book will be of help to all who believe in Nigerian projects and looking forward to its restoration. Before I leave, I would like to thank all the members of the Central Working Organizing Committee that put this together. I also would like to thank the Council, Ijebu Council of Obas and others, the Regberegbes, the Blue Rights, and other individuals who contributed towards the success of this place. And lastly, I would like to thank the government of the state, especially the governor, the SSG, for working behind the scene and doing so many things to make this possible. I would also like to thank His Excellency, the Vice President, and to extend our warmest love to the President. I thank you all, and I hope we will take the challenge of reading this book, which we are providing for everybody here free, and look into it. Definitely it will help. Thank you. Our Vice President, please kindly let me invite you to do that.
There's no applause. Can we applaud that, please? Security, allow them to do their job, please. But I've been told that it's been scanned and sent to everybody. So what you can do is scan it with your phone and listen to it at your player. But the clips will be shown but muted while we progress with the other aspects of the event. And now I'd like to invite another statesman, former governor of the state, His Excellency Aremo Olusegun Oshoba, my own Oga in journalism. He's going to be the Toastmaster while the cake will be brought here ABC, and I have the pleasure to order the former president of this country to supervise the cutting of the cake. Aremo, Your Excellency, sir.
Your Excellency, our Vice President and the visitor, the Governor of the state, I pray that you let me just go straight to the ceremony. First of all, I want to thank the Vice President. Within the last 1 year, I think this should be about the 5th or 6th time that we visit the state. And within the last 2 weeks, this is the second time. And I always admire him when I see him in Gobi. And the president told me that because we are wearing Gobi, that was when I asked him, when did you start wearing Hausa cap? He said he's wearing it for the Vice President. So Mr. Vice President, thank you very much for coming to the state. I think with KBSC, you perhaps at the point give you a title that will make you a true son of the state. Thank you very much. Now, KBSC told me to do a little tribute. And I'm going to do it in the way that he loves to do it. He likes to sing a lot. So the band will join me. When Kabiyesi was 50 years old on the throne, because he has seen a lot of travails, tribulations, challenges, problems that made him survive up to 50 on the throne. He requested that I should join him in the church that day, and he said he will sing a song that will tell the story of what he had gone through. And I'm going to use that as a point of my comment today. And the song goes like this. Oyè ká dúpẹ́, oyè ká dúpẹ́, àrásán, atẹ́gùnfẹ́, ìjíjà, ìbíbí. The song he sang that day was that there was turbulence, tsunami, and oyè ká dúpẹ́, oyè ká Baba has survived, and I'm happy that President Obasanjo is here. The governor will recall a year ago, we were in Kabiyesi's bedroom on his 89th birthday, and he was not feeling too good to come down. But the governor and Obasanjo insisted that he must come down to see those who are in the compound to celebrate the day with him. One thing that Obasanjo said that day was that Kabiyesi should assure us that he will wait till 90. That was President Obasanjo's plea. So, President Obasanjo, thank you. Your prayer has been heard, and Baba is 90 and will go beyond 90 by the grace of God. Now, again, I will lead you again through a song that we sing for Kabiyesi, and I would like all the Jebus to join me in singing my favorite song for Kabiyesi. I don't call him Kabiyesi, I call him Orisha Jebu. And all I'm saying today, I'm saying it on behalf of the current governor, Prince Dakwapadu, and all my successors, Benga Daniel and Amosu. I can tell you that all of us have enjoyed the generosity of Baba Kabiyesi. There is none of us whose wardrobe is not full. 2 weeks ago, the governor wore a dress, and he wore it from morning till the following morning. And he was saying, this is Kabiyesi's dress. That was the one he wore when Otuba became Asiwaju Otuba Onabanjo. All of us enjoyed the generosity of Baba, past governor, and we also enjoyed blunt, direct, and honest advices from him. So, the Jebus that are here, please join me in singing Orisha Ijebu Oye, Orisha Ijebu Oye, Orisha Ijebu Agbewa Nija o, Ayele o, Orisha Ijebu Agbewa Nija o, Aruja Ori Ijebu.
CON, former governor of Ogun State. I earlier said the cutting of the cake will take place now, but I'd like to apologize to His Excellency the Vice President, the former President, Your Excellencies, that we have the documentary, no matter how short it is, some excerpts from the documentary. Thereafter, the cutting of the cake to be supervised by the former President, and our special guest of honor will also be with him, and our two governors here present, the governor of Ogun State and the governor of Ogun State, and indeed the chief of staff to the president, so that he can report, apart from the report of the vice president, the chief of staff can also report to the president what he saw and what he witnessed. The documentary, please. Can you dim the light, please? The cake is in front of KBC. May I humbly request both of you to be assisted by the two governors here present and the chief of staff to the president. Thank you. Gaza, please, can you restore the lights?
Don't do that now. Am I showing now? Am I going to Guy, mama, she better.
Excellency Senator Kasim Shettima, the Governor of our great state, His Excellency Prince Dapo Abiodun, and all other governors present. The celebrants of the day, the Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebu land, Alayeluwa Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetona. Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for joining us in celebrating my father, the Awujale. Remarkable 90th birthday and 64th year anniversary on the throne. Daddy's journey is a testament of his strength, wisdom, and above all, grace of God. When Daddy first began to speak about this project a few years ago, I wouldn't have imagined how grand all of this would be. He saw way ahead, and he was trying to shape and prepare future leaders. We are so proud of you, and we're grateful that our generation can benefit immensely from this. Pop K, as I fondly call him, is an outstanding father, and his impact to both his children, biological and non-biological children, knows no bound. We, your children, are blessed and grateful to have you, and we pray that God continues to give you good health. The greatest gift we can give you is to support your institution by sharing the good news, and for governments and businesses to enroll all their employees and various curated courses by the finest professor in the country, preparing them for their future leadership positions. Once again, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Oba Sikiru Kayode Adetona, the family of Oba Sikiru Kayode Adetona, we thank you for being part of our joyous day. May God bless you all and your family. Happy birthday, Daddy. We love you and we really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Princess. Ladies and gentlemen, please, can we just keep quiet, please, a bit, and then listen to Alayeluwa. Alayeluwa is going to address us shortly.
Gentlemen, all protocols, I thank you all. This has been quite a rich privilege. VP, thank you sincerely for coming to enjoy this time with yourself. God, in His mercy, will keep us all and give us peace in our homes, give us peace in our country, give us peace in all our lives. Thank you all. Thank you.
Please, can we put our hands together for the chief celebrant? Kabisi, Kadipeluri, Kibata Kwelese. Ladies and gentlemen,
Today's event encapsulates KBC's belief in good governance. And Ogun State has been a case study in governance. We have Chief Oshoba here, who believes so much in rural electrification and the development of rural areas, among others. Then came Otumba Gbenga Daniel, business unusual. And he expanded what Chief Oshoba did. And then came Senator Ibikunle Amosun, gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa ṣe. Unfortunately, he was not able to do gbogbo ẹ̀. Entered Prince Dapo Abiodun, who are taking all the rural development of Chief Oshoba and took up all the things that his predecessors could not complete. And he brought all of them together and he continued to develop them, giving Ogun State the kind of development of Adetona had always advocated. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to invite the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dr. Abiodun, to come and deliver his address. Please give him a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, great Nigerian students. His Excellency, distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His Excellency, Chief Olusegun Aremu, Obasanjo GCFR, the former President of Nigeria and his wife, Mrs. Bola Obasanjo. His Excellency, the House Vice Speaker of the National Assembly, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, Chief of Staff to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Jackson Adeleke, His Royal Majesty and the birthday boy himself, Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetona Ogbagba II, CFR, the Awujale and Paramount ruler of Ijebuland, and his Oloris, Olori Yabo and Olori Kemi Adetona, all the princes and princesses of the Awujale family, Your Excellencies and former governors that are here present, former governors of Ogun State, His Excellency Aremo Olusegun Oshoba, CFR, His Excellency Otunba Gbenga Daniel, His Excellency Senator Ebukile, and also His Excellency, the former Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasiru El Rufai. Your Excellencies and former Deputy Governors of Ogun State that are here present, members of the National Assembly, both past and serving, I use Senator Salisu show up as a point of courtesy to all of you, the Secretary of State Government of Ogun State, the Head of Service, all members of the Ogun State Executive Council, the Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, all our wild speakers, all former ministers are here. I see Mrs. Onikepo Akode is here. The Honorable Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology of the State, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, Professor Toyin Ashiru, the Pro-Chancellor of the Olabisi Obasanjo University, Professor Agbola Ayodeji, the Vice-Chancellor of Olabisi Obasanjo University, members of the Governing Council of this university, His Royal Majesties and Paramount rulers of Ogun State that are here, permit me to recognize the Akaribu and Paramount ruler of Remoland, the Chairman of the State Council of Obas, His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Babatunde Ajayi CFR, His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Adetona Aremu Gbadebo CFR, the Alake and Paramount ruler of Egbaland, His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Kehinde Olugbele MFR, the Olu and Paramount ruler of Yorubaland, all other royal majesties that are here present. I use Kabiyesi Olúbùnmi of Ìjẹ̀bú as a point of courtesy to all of you, individually and collectively. All captains of industries that are here, elder statesmen in their numbers that are here, permit me to appreciate and recognize the Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ọjà, the Aṣíwájú of Ìjẹ̀bú-Land, newly crowned Aṣíwájú of Ìjẹ̀bú-Land, Mr. Fola Adeola, Otumba Jimila Wal, Chief Mrs. Olukeko Akande, Chief Bakare, my brother Tope Sholubi, and several others have come from far and near to be part of this very auspicious occasion. The Council of Otumbas and also the Council of High Chiefs of Awujale, the chairman of this local government and the chairman of the neighboring local governments that are here, members of the Ogun State Elders Advisory Council, led by none other than Chief Olu Okuboyejo, all other very distinguished personalities, the greatest Nigerian students, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. We are gathered here today for a dual celebration. First, to give thanks to the Almighty God for the long life and His benevolence on our revered Royal Majesty, Kabiyesi Oba Sikiru Adetona CFR Ogbagba II, the Awujale of Ijebuland. Kabiyesi is the longest reigning monarch in Nigeria, having reigned for 65 years and still counting, and one of the longest reigning monarchs anywhere in the world. Kabiyesi was crowned in 1960, and today we are also celebrating his 90th birthday, having been born on the 10th of May 1934. We are commemorating this day, his 90th birthday, by commissioning this impressive Oba Sikiru Adetona Institute of Governance at Galway, and also this public unveiling and presentation of his book, amongst all other activities. Our deepest gratitude goes to our President of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, ably represented here today by His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for their attendance despite a very, very tight schedule. Mr. President, your dedication to governance and education resonates deeply with us, and your leadership continues to propel our nation through your renewed hope agenda. Baba Kabiyesi is indeed a phenomenon, a monarch like no other, who bestrides the traditional institution like a colossus. His reign has been a monumental success and a pride to the Ijebus. Baba was appointed by the Western Region government as a minister and a member of the region's executive council. His services were found indispensable, and consequently he was made a commissioner during the state of emergency in 1962. Baba is a bundle of intellect, a philosopher, social engineer, an incorruptible, transparent, and equitable monarch, totally and loyally committed to the Nigerian state. Baba is God-fearing and God-serving, who is irrevocably committed to religious harmony, which explains the peaceful harmony between all religions in Ijebuland. Baba is a philanthropist of immeasurable proportions, a giver, a mentor. Kabiyesi represents the beauty and candor of the ancestral heritage of Ijebu people. His passion for governance and unassailable commitment to education led him to institute the Oba Sikiru Adetona Professorial Chair in Governance in the Department of Political Science in this university. This initiative was a precursor to the establishment of this world-class Oba Sikiru Adetona School of Governance, the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa. This institution is set to cultivate a new generation of leaders equipped with necessary skills to excel in political, diplomatic, and community leadership. Baba has been a blessing to many. He championed the Ijebu Development Board on poverty and education that has become a model all over the country. In church last Sunday and today, we've had several testimonies from both the bishop and even the VC and others about Baba's benevolence. I am privileged to call Baba my father. When I was in hospital in the UK following an accident, as I resided in church last Sunday, Baba would come and sit with me by my bedside to encourage me. I remain eternally indebted to Baba for the open and staunch support for me in the course of my journey to government house. Kabiyesi, once again I thank you. I also thank you, Kabiyesi, for your unwavering support for me and my administration. As a token of my appreciation, as soon as I assumed office, I immediately embarked on the reconstruction of the Ijebu-Ode-Ekpe Road, which I had promised him, knowing how much that road means to him. It was our first major road project. I also renamed the Taisholari College of Education after him. It's now known as the Oba Sikiru Adetona College of Science and Technology. On KBS's prompting, I sent a bill to the Ogun State House of Assembly to review the Obas and Traditional Council laws of Ogun State, which, amongst others, now allows our KBSs to be buried as they wish. This bill was KBS's initiative and his desire for many years. This bill was passed into law and we signed it at Abujale's Palace. I have made a commitment that our permanent secretaries in Ogun State will be the first set of students that will come here to benefit from KBS's School of Government. I have also further made a case to Mr. President for this institute to become an affiliate of the Institute of Public Service at Governance in Kuru. Baba's memory, we all know, is elephantine. Many of us spend time drinking from his well of wisdom as he recounts his journey of life with exact day and date. Baba is a loving husband to his Oloris, doting and giving father to his biological children, and many of us, his and his grandchildren. Baba's life is a tapestry of impact in all spheres of human endeavor. Baba is a champion, he's a leader, he's a conqueror. His excellent, remarkable service to his people and country is exemplary. We salute this living legend and our great and admirable monarch has continued to represent the totality of what the Ijebu stand for. I want to appreciate the planning committee led by Dr. Hassan and all others who have made this event the huge success that it is. I also want to appreciate the council and management of Olabisi Onabanjo University for sustaining the dreams of the founding fathers of this great citadel of learning. KBSC, on behalf of my family, the good people and government of your great state, I wish you many, many more years of celebrations. May the Almighty continue to answer all your prayers, particularly your prayers on all of us. May you continue to fulfill your destiny while seeing your children and your children's children flourish in good health. Kábíyèsí, Adé apẹ́ lórí, bàtà apẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀, ìrùkẹ̀rẹ̀ àápọ̀ láàfin, olórí á máa ṣe ẹ̀tọ́ wọn. I want to thank all those that have come from far and near to be part of this auspicious celebration. May the Almighty God grant all of us the grace to live to be at least 90, as well as journey masses back to your various destinations. Thank you all for listening to me, and God bless you. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, an announcement please. Very shortly, we'll be having the speech of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to be delivered by his amiable deputy. Immediately after that speech, we're going to have the national anthem. Thereafter, His Excellency, the Vice President, will proceed to commission the Adetona School of Governance to be accompanied by the former President, General Dr. Olusegun Obasanjo, the two governors, the past governors, the Chief of Staff to the President, the family members, and the paramount rulers here present, so that the crowd can be controlled. As I said, immediately after the Vice President's speech, we're going to have the national anthem because
Thank you so much. His Excellency, the former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and his dear wife, Chief Mrs. Bola Obasanjo. Your Excellency, the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun. Your Excellency, the Governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke. The Chief of Staff to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. Members of the National Assembly present here, members of the Federal Executive Council, former governors and deputy governors, especially His Excellency Aremu Olusegun Oshoba, His Excellency Senator Otumba Benga Daniel, His Excellency Senator Ibikule Amosho, His Excellency Malam Nasir Ahmed Arufai, Your Excellency the Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Directors General, Heads of Extra-Ministerial Agencies and Parastatals of Government present, members of the Executive Councils, the Legislative and the Judiciary of Ogun State present here, most especially the Speaker of the House of Assembly, the Aujale of Ijebuland, His Majesty, Oba Dr. Sikiru Kayode Adetona, and all the members of the royal family, other traditional rulers and religious leaders present here, our distinguished presenters, captains of industry. I have seen my very good friend Toke Shonubi, and of course the new Ashwaju Abijabulan, Jeb Suleiman Adebuwa, the Pro-Chancellor of Olabisi Onabanjo University, Professor Toyin Ashim, the management and staff of the university, members of the academia, members of the Post Estate of the Rim, honored guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This is the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria speaking. We are here today to celebrate and rejoice with an outstanding and extraordinary monarch on the occasion of his 90th birthday anniversary. It also gladdens my heart to see the Awujale in his full glory and majesty attain this important milestone. I had planned to personally attend this epoch-making event as a mark of honor to our revered royal father. I returned from my travels abroad to be part of this occasion. However, the exigencies and demands of state duty have both conspired to make it practically impossible to be here. Earlier, I had personally signed a tribute to Kabiyesi Awujale, underscoring his transcendental and preeminent status as a royal father, not just in our country, but also is one of the most adored around the world. Kabiyesi Adetona deserves all accolades we can accord him because he earned them. In the last 64 years, Kabiyesi has served the people of Ijebuland with great wisdom and rare dedication. It is not surprising that his kingdom and people have continued to thrive. While we rejoice with Oba Adetona today, it is important to say that what we are celebrating is much more than his 90th birthday anniversary. In Oba Adetona, we are celebrating courage, dignity, honor, and a life that is wholly committed to duty and service. In times of adversity, Oba Adetona shows strength and kingly character. He stood his ground and confronted injustice and oppression during our just struggle for the restoration of democratic rule in the land between 1993 and 1999. If democracy is blossoming in our country today, it is because patriots like Adetona stood firmly on the side of the people. Motivated by higher noble ideals to entrench democratic good governance in our country, Adetona recognized the importance of expanding the frontier of knowledge with his endowment of a professorial chair at the Olabisi Onabanjo University, Ago Iwe in Ogun State. It is appropriate that as part of the activities marking this birthday anniversary, we are also inaugurating the Postgraduate School on Policy and Governance Studies funded by KBSC. Because KBSC of Adetona has honored our country and humanity with his many years of meritorious service, I therefore, Your Excellencies, Your Royal Highnesses, kindly listen. I therefore, on this special occasion of his 90th birthday, Olori, please drop your phone and listen. I therefore, on this special occasion of his 90th birthday ceremony, confer on Oba Adetona the second highest national honor of Grand Commander of the Order of Nigeria. Your Royal Highnesses, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, lend me your ears to listen to the last part of the presidential directive. To ensure that knowledge production and intellectual output of the postgraduate school benefit the entire country, the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru Jos, will be asked to take over the running and management of Oba Sekiru Adetona School of Governance Studies. This will be a fitting complement to KBH's educational legacy. I wish KBH Awujale more years of service to the people of Ijebuland and robust health on the throne. Many happy returns, KBH, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, 10th May 2024. Thank you so much and God bless you.
Nigeria will now proceed to commission the School of Governance.
To the glory of God, the Oba Dr. Tikiro Adetona School of Governance Studies Complex was commissioned this Friday, 10th May 2024, by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, DCFR, President of the Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Ashuru OON for Chancellor, Professor Ayodeji Oje Akbola, and the glory of God and on service to humanity, on behalf of Mr. President, my singular honor and privilege. Thank you. Tikiro Adetona Governance Tech Complex. Oyadiswa University of Wednesday. We hereby commission to the glory of God and for His service to humanity. On behalf of President Bola Ahmed, thank you. Thank you very much. I wish you
Let's go.